I'm telling you, Morgan, Wayne did something to Ron. People don't just decide to quit the game this far into the competition.
You keep making these bold claims, but you have no evidence to support them. Pull yourself together.
There's no way you seriously think Ron would just quit. Ron may be stupid, but he was tenacious and dedicated.
You never know what someone might think deep down. You are being too hasty with your conclusions.
Whenever one of us goes missing, it will be too late. I'm not taking the chance. If you don't want to help me get answers, then I'll just get them myself.
You're just going to make a fool out of yourself.
We will see just who is the fool soon enough.
Rise and shine, Piggy. Here is your grub.
I thought you weren't going to give us breakfast.
Of course we'll give you guys breakfast. We just wanted to give you guys a good scare.
Well, if that's the case, why didn't we get dinner?
Because that was part of the challenge.
What challenge?
You are just going to have to figure that one out yourself, Piggy.
Stop calling me Piggy, asshole.
What are you going to do about it? Give me a couple slices of bacon and piss off.
You count your days, Gordon, because the roles will be reversed real soon. I will build a wall 10,000 miles high around your worthless cell.
All talk, no bacon. Unfortunate.
Screw you.
If you weren't already aware, you won the last challenge. By being the first person to take all of the money, you now have a special advantage in this challenge.
Well, I figured as much. Why did you even let Gigachad compete if the challenge was already decided?
Well, that was just a small oversight on my part. Unfortunately, Gigachad got injured during the arrest yesterday and had to drop out of the competition.
I can't say I'm too upset. My chances of winning this thing just skyrocket.
For today's challenge, you will be acting as a prison guard. Your objective is to escort the prisoners to lunch and then safely bring them back to their cell. If you are unable to keep the prisoners under control, you will lose the challenge and be removed from the island. You will be given a baton and a guard uniform, but the rest is up to you. If you are able to escort all 3 prisoners without them escaping, we will have a voting ceremony like usual. Except all 3 prisoners will have an extra vote added against them.
If I lose, can I use my golden Donald pop?
Of course.
Sounds easy enough. To be clear, am I allowed to use force if I deem it necessary?
Yes, without a second thought.
Excellent. Because I reckon one of the 3 contestants is going to put up a fight. Time for lunch, Donald.
I knew you were corrupt to the bone, George. I'm going to put you in the cell right next to Gordon when I get out of here.
Calm down. This is just part of the challenge. I'm not actually working for Wayne.
As if. Give it a rest, George. The act is up.
Do you want lunch or not?
Yes, I do.
Then shut up and follow me.
Fine.
Here is your lunch, Piggy.
Every time you say that, I'm going to add another year to your prison sentence. What the hell is this? A sock? Is this some type of joke to you?
Were you expecting bacon, Piggy? I thought you might not want that considering it would be cannibalism.
Give me lunch now.
Keep squealing, and you might be able to get yourself a wash rag.
Last chance, Gordon. If I go back to my cell with an empty stomach, I promise you won't like the results.
Threatening a guard? You got some iron oysters if you think you can get away with that. Speaking of oysters, here is your lunch.
Not a big fan of seafood, but I'll settle for now.
You're up next, Barack. Lunchtime.
Why are you in a guard's outfit?
This is just part of the challenge.
Have you seen Gigachad anywhere?
Gigachad had to drop out of the competition due to an injury.
I find that highly unlikely. Did you ask what injury it was?
I didn't really care too much to ask. You'd have to ask Wayne.
It's kind of hard to do that when I'm locked in a cell, George.
Don't worry, you guys will be let out soon. Just follow me for now. I'll show you where the lunchroom is. Last and certainly not least, Joe, it's your turn for lunch.
Thank gosh, George. You gotta let me out of here. I can't take this anymore.
Let's go get you some lunch, and hopefully you'll feel better.
Anything to get out of this cell. I'll take a cheeseburger without cheese, please.
Do you think this is a Burger King? This is prison, dumbass. You will eat what we permit you to eat.
Can you permit me to eat the cheeseburger I wanted?
Sure, here you go.
This is an apple.
You don't say?
Look, you made some type of mistake.
I agree. I wasted my breath with this conversation. Go on now. I've got other cons to feed.
Let's go find you a table, Joe.
But what about my cheeseburger?
It will have to wait. Just follow me.
That was the nastiest, smelliest apple I ever did see, George.
Yeah, prison life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. As soon as you get back into your cell, you guys will be let free.
I don't want to go back to my cell.
It will be just for a second. Don't worry.
I don't want to spend another second in that small, cramped cell.
Calm down, Joe. You managed to spend the whole night in the cell. You should be able to handle 5 more minutes.
I thought you said it would only be a second.
It was a figure of speech.
A figure of what now?
If you go back to your cell for just 1 second, I'll give you an extra lollipop today.
You drive a hard bargain. Make it 3 and you got yourself a deal.
Consider it done. Let's go head back to your cell now.
All right, George, it's been 1 second. You can let me out now.
Sorry, Joe. You're going to have to wait until I go get Wayne to confirm my win.
We had a deal, George.
You'll just have to wait it out.
Don't walk away. Let me out of here.
All 3 prisoners have been fed and put back into their cells.
Great work, George. Go ahead and head over to the beach for the voting ceremony. I'll release the prisoners and head over there shortly. Welcome to this season's final voting ceremony. Prisoners, unfortunately, you lost the challenge and will have an extra vote added to your count. Everyone, please come up to the table and make your vote. Time to count the final votes. 1 vote for George Shrub. 2 votes for Donald. 2 votes for Joe. The last and final vote goes to George. It seems we have a 3-way tie. The 3 of you will have to compete in a sudden death challenge. We will be doing a blindfolded walking challenge in the park. Barack, you are free to watch or cheer from the sidelines. Let's go head over to the park.
Can I use my Golden Donald Pop to exempt myself from this vote?
I don't see why not. If you'd like to use one, then you are free to do so.
Here, catch.
I'd like to use my Golden Donald Pop to cancel out his Golden Donald Pop.
Very well. George, you will once again have to compete now.
What gives, Donald?
You kept me locked up when you had the keys, asshole. I ought to throw your ass in jail for treason.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it. I hate to admit it, but you were right, Donald. George is crooked to the bone.
Joe, it was just 5 minutes. There's no need to get worked up over that.
Shut up, traitor.
Would you 3 please shut up so I can explain the challenge?
Sure thing, Wayne. Let's get George off this island as soon as possible.
For this challenge, you will see 3 poles with a flag attached. Each of you will get a colored blindfold. The color of your blindfold is the color of flag that you will need to grab. You will all start behind the starting line and put on your blindfolds. Whenever I say go, you guys will go grab your flag and then return to the starting line. The last one to get their flag to the starting line loses. If you peek or take off your blindfold in any way, you will immediately lose the challenge. Here are your blindfolds. Please step up to the starting line and put on your blindfolds. 3, 2, 1, go. Joe has finished the challenge and is safe from elimination.
I might lose to Joe, but I certainly won't lose to Fatty McDonald.
You're about to eat your words. I already got my flag and I'm on my way back already.
Nice bluff.
I'm not bluffing, George. You're about to lose real soon.
Donald, you are going the wrong way.
Nice try, Barack. You won't trick me so easily.
Donald, I'm not trying to trick you.
Barack, if you could shut up, that would be just wonderful. I'm trying to focus right now.
If you turn 90 degrees to your right, I promise I will never threaten to take away your tendies again.
You promise?
Yes, Donald, I promise.
George has crossed the finish line and will now be eliminated.
What the hell? Why am I getting eliminated?
You might want to look at the color of your flag.
No way.
Thanks for the free win, George. I would say it's sad to see you go, except it's not.
Pack your bags and get off my island, George.
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. Sorry for keeping you guys locked up, but it was all in the spirit of the game.
Scram already.
Goodbye, guys.
That concludes today's voting ceremony. You guys are free to go back to your hotel.
Hold on a second, Wayne. I got some questions for you.
Yeah, I second that.
What is it?
What was Gigachad's injury?
He had hit his head while he was resisting arrest. He's over at medical if you want to go see him.
I think I will go see him. Come on, guys. Let's go make sure he's okay.
Hold on a second, Barry. I've got some words for this bastard. Nowhere in the contract did it say that we were going to get locked up, Wayne. I'd prepare yourself for a lawsuit coming your way.
You all should be thankful that I pardoned you for breaking the law.
I guess you aren't familiar with the laws forbidding entrapment.
Luckily for me, I removed those laws last week on my island. I don't see your lawsuit going in your favor, Donald.
You are more slimy than the snake we just voted off.
Is that all?
Donald, give it a break. Let's just go check in on Gigachad.
Whatever, but this ain't the last you heard of me, Wayne.
I wish it was.
Hey, Gigachad, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic, Donald. Thanks for asking.
What happened to you?
I stupidly resisted arrest to the point where I accidentally hurt myself. I'm just glad Wayne was nice enough to patch me up.
Where was your injury?
I had accidentally cracked my head open.
Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Sure, go ahead.
This doesn't look like a normal break, Gigachad. What did you hit your head on?
I don't really remember all too much.
What is this, an interrogation, Barack? Let's just be glad he's okay.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We'll go ahead and let you be, Gigachad. Let's head back to the hotel, guys.
With George being eliminated, we are left with only 3 contestants. Who will get voted off next? Who will win the secret treasure? What even is the secret treasure? Tune in next week for another episode of Crazy President Island.